Okay, welcome guys to another concept on Linux navigation part 3. So today we'll be looking at this outline. Alright, so let's start with the first one. We have the touch command or the greater than command. So let's see how it is being applied. Alright, so if I say ls as usual, I love doing ls just to see what is inside whatever working directory that I'm in. So ls, and I want to go to my home directory, so let me just do cd to make it snappy. So I'm in my home directory. Okay, I have only one file. I'm in a directory inside. So I would like to, so I think we are looking first at the touch command. So what does the touch command actually do? So the touch command creates an empty file. On a norms, touch command shouldn't or isn't expected to be used to be creating empty files though, but just that it's just a feature that can as well create empty files. Alright, so I'm in my home directory and we have only Betsy inside it, Betsy directory inside my home directory. So I would like to create a file, an empty file. So what I mean by empty file is, just imagine yourself creating a document in your Microsoft Word but not putting any content inside that document in your Microsoft Word. So that's an example of an empty file. Okay, so doing that in your terminal using Linux, if you use our touch command, and you can name the file whatever name you want to name it. So let me just say text file as my name of file. Enter. If I do ls, so this is the file. So that's how to create an empty file. It is actually empty. Like there's a command called cat. So this cat command is used to view the text of a file, so the content of a file. Alright, so just like the way you can use less, okay, so you can use cat. I think I mentioned something like this in a previous lecture. So for us to confirm that this is empty, we can just say cat text file, enter. If you notice it didn't bring out anything, it's because it is empty. Okay, so another way of creating empty file aside from using touch is the greater than sign that we are seeing here. That greater than sign is more like a redirection sign, but we've not reached redirection for you to understand redirection concept. We just know that you can use the same method to create an empty file. So let me just create another empty file. I'll just name this one empty file ls. You can see we have two files. Let me confirm that it is empty. So I'm going to say cat empty file, enter. You can see there is nothing there. So I've created two empty files. First one I use the touch command, second one I use the greater than sign command, and lastly I can also create an empty file using the echo command. Okay, so the echo command can be used to create an empty file and also can be used to create a non-empty file. So let's start with the empty file using the echo. So the echo command, I'll just say echo greater than sign, then whatever name of my file. Okay, so let me just name this other one. What should I give it now? Some text. I don't want to use file again. So some text, which is actually an empty text. Okay, or let me just say okay, some empty text. So that's the name of my file. Enter. If I say ls, so you can see we have three different files there. Okay, so you can actually create multiple empty files using touch, but you can use the greater than sign to create the multiple files. Okay, so let's use touch to create multiple files. So I can just name this one file 1. There's multiple empty files. Okay, file 2, file 3. So if I say ls, you can see file 1, file 2, file 3. So instead of doing it one by one, you can just do it this way at once, so it creates all the multiple files for you. Okay, I think this is enough in terms of creating multiple files. And also let's look at the other side of echo. So creating a non-empty file, which means this time around our file should have a content. Okay, so let's see how to go about that. So to use the echo command, I'll just go to say echo Now I'll put my quotation mark and put a content inside it. So let me just name it some contents. Okay, then greater than sign, then the name of my file. So let me just name this my file readme.md. So I chose to name it readme.md. Enter. Let me list my home again to see. Okay, you can see the readme.md is there. Let me see the content that is inside. So I'm going to say cat readme.md. Enter. You can see now the cat command has shown that there is something inside, which I named some contents. Okay, so that is how to go about that. You can also overwrite what is inside it. Like if you can, if I write echo again and use the same, let me just say some new contents greater than sign readme.md. So it will overwrite the previous one. So if I click enter, so let's see cat readme, you can see some new content. So it has override this first one that is some content set to this some new content. All right. Let me show you one more thing. Like you can also add to the contents in the new line. Like for example, we know we have readme.md which has a content named some new contents. Now I want to put something under it also. So I can say echo some text under, just using that text as an example. Then this time around I'll put double arrow, double greater than sign. Okay, and I'll put my readme.md. So let's see what this will output to us. You can see now, so this double arrow sign will just take this new text that you're putting inside your readme.md under it. Okay, so just like creating a new line and putting the text inside that new line. All right, so this is just how to play around with echo command. But realistically, later we'll talk about text editors, because we shouldn't be using echo for, we can't use echo for a long text. All right, so if you want to put a long text or a long document or a long code, we can't be using echo command. So echo command just for a basic short sentence. All right, so later on we'll look at those other aspects of text editors in Linux. That's when you'll be hearing things like vi or emacs. Okay, so that is a lecture for another day anyways. So that was our next part. Okay, now mkdir. All right, so let's look at what mkdir command does. Okay, so what mkdir is used for creating directories. So if I want to create a new directory, I'll just say mkdir. That's like saying make directory. So mk means sound like make. Okay, dir means directory. So we want to make a directory. So I'll just name this one maybe directory 1. So if I do ls again, you can see that's the directory 1 there. So the mkdir command is used to create directories. All right, so you can also do multiple directories. For example, if you want to create like 5 directories, I say want to create 5 directories at once. So instead of doing it one by one. Okay, so to do it in terms of making directory, we'll just say the mkdir, then you put your curly brackets and put those directory names. So I'll say dir2, dir3. Ensure you don't put any space at all. Like if you put space, it is part of the name of the directory. That's one thing about Linux. So Linux is sensitive to everything, all your text right up. So don't put space at all if you know you want to name it this particular name. Okay, if you add space, space will be part of that name. All right, so mkdir5, close the curly brackets, click enter. So now let me list what is inside my own directory. You can see I have directory 1, directory 2, directory 3, directory 4, directory 5. So that's how to create multiple directory at once. All right, I would like to do one more stuff. So for example, if I like imagine maybe I want to create a directory, okay, imagine I want to create a directory called Linux, and inside that Linux directory, I want it to have another directory inside of it. Let me say I'll call the other directory test1. Now inside that directory test1 also, I still want to create another internal directory for me. Let me name this one maybe directory test2. So how will I go about this? Alright, so that's like kind of like a nested directory in a way. I think that's the right term to put it, a nested directory. So you create a directory, you want to put another directory inside it, and inside the other directory, you want to put extra directory inside it again. Okay, so to go about that, there's an option in mkdir command, and option P. Let me just show you the manual mkdir. We'll be able to see that P option and the details. So this is the option here, -P. So you can use to create multiple directories inside a directory in a way. Okay, so let me just show you how it's being applied though. So let me exit. Okay, so for us to do that, so I'm going to say mkdir Linux is the first directory I want to create. Then inside the Linux directory, I want to create another directory called dir test1. Now inside this dir test1 directory, I want to create another directory inside again, which I want to call dir test2. So on and on. So let me just stop here. So I click enter. But I think I must have, okay, I forgot to put the option, the P option. So let's do it again. mkdir -P, very important if you want to do this particular feature. Okay, so again, let me repeat the same text I previously wrote. Okay, enter. So you can see no errors. So let me say ls. Okay, so these are the documents. Okay, this is the Linux directory that I created. So let's enter the Linux to see if everything is intact inside it as expected. So ls my Linux can so have dir test1. Okay, and inside that is dir test1, we created dir test2. So let's confirm. So cd dir test1. So let me do ls again. You can see we have dir test2. So this is a way of putting directory inside another directory at once, making it faster for you instead of you going step by step. That one will take a longer time to be doing it. Okay, so let me go back. cd dot dot. So I'm back in my home directory. Okay, good. So what's the last thing to do here? Okay, now I want to look at how to remove directories, and we have two ways of doing that. You can use the rm, that's the remove directory command, or you can use the rm-r. Don't worry, you'll get to understand what this stuff means here. So let me just explain what rm itself means first. So what rm means is rm is used to remove files. Let me clear my screen. So rm command is used to remove files. So let's say, for example, I want to remove some files. So which one should I remove? Let me remove all this file 1. So rm file 1. If I do ls again, you can see we won't find file 1 anymore. So that's how to remove file. So if I remove multiple files the same way, so file 2, let me remove file 3 also. Let me remove text file. Okay, I think this one is enough. So let me ls again. You can see it has removed those files. So these are the leftovers that we have. Let me just remove one more empty file. Which one should I choose? Let me remove some empty text. So ls. Okay, good. So that's how to play around with it. How to play around with the remove command. Okay, so that's how to remove your text, your file. So what else are we supposed to do. Okay, okay. All right, so that's it about that. So let's see how to use the remove directory aspects. So if you notice this dir 1 2 3 4 5, they are empty directories. Like for example, I say cd dir 1. If I say ls, you can see there's nothing inside it because I've not created anything inside. So they are actually empty directories. The only one that there is something inside is this Linux. Okay. There's also something inside this Betsy. Okay. So this bet is something personal, so I'm not touching it at all. That is why I've not been touching it at all. Later if you get to know about what Betsy means though. So for now, this is what we created. We created Linux, and Linux has some stuff inside it, so it's not totally empty. So the ones that are empty are these ones that we created the other time. So for you to delete an empty directory, then you will use the rmdir command. So the rmdir command is used to delete empty directories only. Okay, so I can say dir1. Oh, sorry, let me go back. I have to go back. It can't work like this. Okay, so you always need to be at the parents part of it, okay, for it to work. So let me do it again. Rmdir dir1, enter. So if I list, you can see we don't have dir1 anymore. So the same way you can use to delete the rest. So let me remove the rest. So rmdir dir2 dir3 dir4 dir5. So let me list them. You can see everything has been deleted. So we are left with these right now. Now let's see. Let's see a practical view that we can use rmdir to delete a non-empty directory. Remember that Linux directory is non-empty. That means there's something inside. So let's just see how what error message to bring. You can see it said failed to remove directory not empty. So we can't remove it because the directory here is not empty. So that means for us to use this rmdir to remove Linux, we have to first go inside the Linux directory and delete whatever is inside them one by one. So that one seems like a stress, entering there and be deleting it one by one before you can come back here and delete the Linux. So there's an alternative way of deleting it by force. That's when you now use the rm-r command. Okay, so rm-r command then puts your name of the directory Linux. So if I click enter and I click ls, you can see it has deleted it. So the rm-r is just like an added attribute of our normal rm used for removing files. Remember that rm is usually used for removing text files or just files. Okay, so the -r is just like an extra feature in terms of removing directories. So let's look at the manual of rm. So remove files or directories. Let's scroll down a bit to see if you can see the option of r. So this is r option. So it is used for remove directories and their contents. You can see. So that's why it is possible that way. Okay. So looking at this one, remove empty directories. So you can also use -d, rm-d to remove empty directory. That's if you don't want to use the rmdir. Okay, so that's what it's trying to say. So you just play around with all of this, test them yourself, you surely understand. So I believe this is well explained. If you have questions, don't forget to put it in the comment section. I will try to respond. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.